Man, I haven't done one of these in I don't know how long. A dedicated channel update video. Hello everyone, this is PensyFan19, just here to give a status update on the channel as a whole. An unscripted video, a while since I've done that as well. Not counting catalog reviews, but I've noticed that it has been 4 months since the last dedicated narrated video. 3 if you count the combo ticket video. That is roughly 1/3 of a year without anything whatsoever from me. That is too long to leave you waiting without some sort of update. I owe you guys some sort of explanation. But I'm just here to say that ever since I made the LIRR GP38 video, it's just been kind of busy with getting ready for finals, graduating, and starting a full-time job. Thankfully, that job has been in an industry that I like, where it's kind of like fixing your branch line, but in real life, where thankfully I'm able to work for I can't say what exactly, but I'm able to work for a company that does deal with trains, where I'm able to pitch in my ideas on how they can improve service. So I'm definitely enjoying what I do at work there. It is a little bit busy, so that results in, I guess, slower channel development for the most part, other than, the past 500 YouTube shorts that I've uploaded to the channel throughout the year. Because trust me, it's a lot easier to take a random short of a video and upload that than to make a whole narrated documentary. But I've still been online here and there. I've been watching a lot of rail-related videos. I've been commenting on a lot of them. So I still have a little bit of a online presence. But the other thing too, over the past few months, is that I have been working on a bunch of ideas of what to work on for the channel. A lot of potential ideas for remarkable engines or even uncategorized videos. And they're all pretty good, but after you brainstorm and come up with so many ideas and get some photos for each, it's just kind of hard where to start from first. Because they're all good ideas, I just don't know what to choose. What should I start off with to kind of welcome back this, hopefully a little bit, somewhat more frequent series of uploads over the next few months whenever I have some free time between my work. So, and it also doesn't help where some topics have much more information than others, where it might be harder to find information or photos on a certain engine or a certain topic. So looking it over, I also thought about how, first of all, I'd still like to thank you all so much for watching my older videos, commenting on my older videos, saying great job, and still asking questions about videos I uploaded years ago, since it means a lot that despite this drought of content on my channel, there are still people out there who care about my videos, who still recognize me from a few years ago when I uploaded these videos. And I'd like to thank you all for continuing to show your support, despite not being as frequent as an uploader as some of you may wish due to outside events. But luckily, it's not due to anything due to stress or burnout. It's just a matter of a lot of outside events going on, but good ones for a matter, like graduating, for example, and just having a good time overall and just relaxing for a bit, not feeling too stressed or not feeling that I have to work on this video in addition to everything else. But basically, I'm just taking my time with this channel, especially since I'm not entirely in it for the money now that I have a full-time job. But not that it's ever been about the money for this channel. Trust me, most of my videos barely made past $1 anyways, but still. I'm kind of yapping for a bit because this is unscripted. I hope some of you are enjoying the rail fanning footage in the background with whatever I decide to put up. But just to give a general outlook on the channel to see what could be coming up in the next few months at least, I would say I probably have at least 1, maybe 2 episodes of Remarkable Engines, 1 or 2 uncategorized videos about different topics that don't have to do with any one engine in particular, and towards the end of the year, for old time's sake, another top 10 list, just to give you a little heads up on that beforehand, with the special guest. So, with all that said, the reason why it's taking so long to make all this is that I've been considering, or at least I've narrowed it down to these options after thinking about it for some time. But I figure the video I'm going to return with first would be the most fitting welcome back, in a way, back to YouTube, somewhat. It's just that this one particular video is taking the longest to write and edit. But I'm having a fun time making it though. It's just taking a little bit longer than anticipated. With all that said, with your feedback that you stated on these videos and elsewhere, one thing I've heard a handful of times is because I decided to work on the Northeast Corridor Commuter Railroad iceberg and then split that up into separate icebergs, I've kind of been known as the iceberg guy since last year because I took one large video and then split it up into 5 or so different videos over the span of a year. So I've got that reputation to do more icebergs than anything else lately, and I'm glad I have it because there are not a lot of channels out there that make that kind of video, or at least solely dedicated to icebergs. I mean, I know a lot of rail fending channels out there that do documentaries on, I guess, the more usual stuff like little-known engines or railroads, but not too much on iceberg. That takes a lot of work. And one of the most common requests is, now that you've done the entire Northeast Corridor with all their commuter railroads, will you do a follow-up iceberg? So I figure I might as well start off my grand return with what the people wanted. So I tried looking over some facts and some pinned comments on the original iceberg videos of details that I might have missed, photos that look pretty cool and are pretty iceberg worthy. But as I started adding to this video, one particular railroad stood out among the rest, in which they were just getting more and more and more entries to this new video. And with that in mind, I went through another split for the topic. And I guess that would keep it consistent as well, because the leftovers iceberg would focus on all the railroads that were covered in the Northeast Commuter Railroad iceberg, except for this one railroad that got so much info that I ultimately decided it has to be its own iceberg. And it's a topic that some may see is long overdue, and in a way, to celebrate my 5-year channel anniversary, it's also me highlighting my roots in a way, highlighting my home railroad. So with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to announce, hopefully coming soon in the next few weeks, I give to you